Good morning students, this is class 12th maths, lecture 7th of chapter 4th. Today we will discuss the solutions of miscellaneous exercise. So question first is, you have to show that this determinant is independent of theta. So solve this determinant along the first row, then you will get x. Now leave this first column and first row. So minus x square minus 1 minus sin theta. Now leave second column and this first row, then you will get minus x sin theta minus cos theta plus cos theta. Now leave the first row and third column, so you will get minus sin theta minus of minus x into cos theta, so it will be plus x cos theta, right? Now this will be minus x cube minus x minus minus plus x sin square theta, again plus sin theta cos theta minus sin theta cos theta and plus x cos square theta. It will be equal to minus x cube minus x. Now this is x sin square theta and this is x cos square theta. When you will take out x common in the bracket, you will get sin square theta plus cos square theta, which is 1. So plus x and this will get cancelled. Also now x will get cancelled. So you will get minus x cube. So the determinant value is independent of theta, as the value of determinant does not include theta, right? Now you can leave question number 2 because it is based on the properties of determinants. Now question number 3. You have to evaluate the determinant given in the question. So expanding it along the first row, so you will get cos alpha cos beta into, when you will leave the first row and first column, you will get cos beta cos alpha minus 0, then minus cos alpha sin beta into, now leave first row and second column, so you will get minus sin beta cos alpha minus 0, and then minus sin alpha into the value of the second order determinant, which you will get after deleting the first row and third column. So it will be minus sin square beta sin alpha minus sin alpha into cos square beta. Now multiply these, you will get here cos square alpha into cos square beta. Now minus minus plus cos square alpha and sin square beta. Now minus minus again plus sin square alpha into sin square beta, and again minus minus plus sin square alpha into cos square beta. From these two terms, take out cos square alpha common, so you will get in the bracket cos square beta plus sin square beta, and from these two take out sin square alpha common, so you will get sin square beta plus cos square beta. This is 1, value of this is also 1, so you will get cos square alpha plus sin square alpha, which is also 1, right? Now you can leave question 4th and you have to do question 5th and 6th by yourself. Now question number 7th is, A inverse is the matrix given as this and B is this matrix. You have to show that AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse into A inverse. Now A inverse is already given. Find out B inverse. B is given. So determinant of B will be along the first row 1 into 3 minus 0, then minus 2 into minus 1 minus 0, and then minus 2 into, leave this and this, so 2 minus 0. So you will get 3 plus 2 minus 4, that is 1. Now determinant of B is not equal to 0, therefore inverse of B will exist, right? Now find the cofactors of the matrix B. So B11 is equal to, leave the first column and the first row, so you will get 3 minus 0, 3, and it will get multiplied with plus 1. Then B12 will be, leave the second column and first row, so minus 1 minus 0, that is minus 1, and it will get multiplied with minus 1, so it is 1. Now B13 will be, leave third column and the first row, So 2 minus 0, that is 2, and it will get multiplied with plus 1 only. Now B21, which is the cofactor of this element, so leave the second row and the first column. So you will get 2 minus 4, that is minus 2, and it will get multiplied with minus 1. So the cofactor will be 2. Then for this element, leave second row and second column. So you will get 1 minus 0, that is 1, and it will get multiplied with plus 1. Now B23, that is cofactor of this element, leave the second row and the third column. You will get minus 2 minus 0, that is minus 2, and minus 2 will get multiplied with minus 1, so it will become 2, right? Similarly, you will get the cofactors of the elements of the third row, which is 6 minus 2, 5. So B inverse will be 1 upon determinant of B, which is 1, into adjoint of B. So adjoint of B will be, now write these as columns. So 3, 1, 2, then 2, 1, 2, and then this as third column, 6 minus 2, 5. Now this is the inverse of B. So AB whole inverse is, in this question they have not asked to prove that AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse into A inverse. They have asked to find out AB whole inverse, and AB whole inverse is B inverse into A inverse. B inverse we have calculated, which is this, and A inverse is already given as this matrix. Now multiply these two matrices, then you will get AB whole inverse. So to get the first element, multiply this, multiply the elements of the first row with the elements of the first column of the second matrix. So you will get 9 minus 30 plus 30. So it is 9. For this element, multiply the elements of this first row with the elements of the second column of the second matrix. So you will get minus 3 plus 12 minus 12, that is minus 3, and similarly you will get the other elements also, right? So this is AB whole inverse. In question number 8, the matrix A is given and they have asked to prove that adjoint of A whole inverse is equal to adjoint of A inverse. So first of all we will find out adjoint of A. A is already given. So adjoint of this element 1, that is A11, will be, leave the first column and the first row. So 15 minus 14, and it will get multiplied with plus 1 only, right? Then for this element, leave the first row and second column. So minus 10 minus 1, that is minus 11, but minus 11 will get multiplied with minus 1, so it will be 11. Similarly, you will get the other cofactors as minus 5, 11, 4, minus 3. Now for this element, leave the third row and the first column. So you will get minus 2, minus 3, minus 5. Now for this element, leave the third row and second column. So 1 plus 2, that is 3, but it will get multiplied with minus 1 also. So minus 3. And this A33, that is the cofactor of this element. So leave third row and third column. So you will get 3 minus 4, which is minus 1, because it will get multiplied with plus 1. So it will be minus 1. Now these are the cofactors of the elements of A. So adjoint of A will be 14, 11, minus 5, 11, 4, minus 3, minus 5, minus 3, minus 1, right? This is adjoint of A. Now find out the determinant of A, because we want A inverse. So find out determinant of A is expanding it along the first row. So you will get 1 into 14 plus 2 into minus 11 and plus 1 into minus 5. So the answer will be minus 13. As determinant of A is not equal to 0, therefore A inverse will exist, and A inverse will be 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A. So A inverse will be 1 minus 1 upon 13 into adjoint of A, right? This is A inverse. Let this A inverse as the matrix C, and let this adjoint A as the matrix B, right? Now multiply all the elements of this matrix C with minus 1 by 13, right? Now, because we wanted to prove adjoint of A whole inverse is equal to adjoint of A inverse, here we got the matrix A inverse. Now find out the cofactors of this A inverse so that to calculate the adjoint of A inverse. Now cofactor of this first element, that is C11, will be, leave this first column and the first row. So you will get minus 4 by 13 into 1 by 13 minus 3 by 13 into 3 by 13. And this complete will get multiplied with plus 1 only, right? So now take out 1 upon 169 common. So you will get minus 4 minus 9, right? And it will get multiplied with minus 1 square, that is plus 1. So you will get the answer as minus 1 by 13. In the same way, you will get the cofactor C12 as 2 by 13, cofactor C13 as minus 1 by 13, cofactor C21 as 2 by 13 and minus 3 by 13, minus 1 by 13. Cofactors of the third row as minus 1 by 13, minus 1 by 13, minus 5 by 13. So these are the cofactors of A inverse. Therefore, adjoint of A inverse will be, write the cofactors of one row as column of the adjoint of A inverse. So minus 1 by 13, I have also taken out from this complete matrix minus 1 by 13. So here you will get 1. Then the next is 2 by 13, minus 1 by 13 taken common. So here it will be minus 2. Then minus 1 by 13 which is taken common. So 1. Then 2 by 13, minus 1 by 13 is outside. So here it is minus 2. Then minus 3 by 13. So here it is 3 because minus 1 by 13 is outside. Then 1, 1, 1 and 5. So this is the adjoint of A inverse. Now we will calculate adjoint of A whole inverse. This is adjoint of A. Find out the determinant of this matrix B. So determinant will be along the first row, 14 into minus 4 minus 9 minus 11 into minus 11 minus 15 minus 5 into minus 33 plus 20. So determinant of B will be 169 which is not equal to 0. Therefore inverse of B will exist. So find out the cofactors of B which are minus 13, 26, minus 13, 26, minus 39, minus 13, minus 13, minus 13 and minus 65. These are the cofactors of adjoint of A matrix, that is of matrix B. So B inverse will be 1 upon determinant of B which is 169 into adjoint of B. Adjoint of B will be now minus 13, 26, minus 13, 26, minus 39, minus 13, minus 13, minus 13, minus 65, right? We want to show this adjoint of A whole inverse equal to adjoint of A inverse. Now adjoint of A inverse is this matrix which is minus 1 by 13 into this. Therefore from this matrix take out minus 13 common. So when you will take minus 13 common, the outside number, this 1 by 16 will become minus 1 by 13 and inside you will be left with this matrix because you have taken minus 13 common. So it will be 1, minus 2, 1, minus 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 5 which is the same matrix as adjoint of A inverse. Clear? So these two are equal. Now the second part which is inverse of A inverse is equal to A, that you will do by yourself. Question number 9th is evaluate this determinant. So expanding it along the first row. So x into x plus y into y which is xy plus y square minus x square. Then minus y into y square minus x square minus x y plus x plus y into xy minus x plus y whole square, right? Now multiply these x square y plus xy square minus x cube minus y cube minus, sorry, minus will now plus, so plus x square y plus xy square plus x plus y into xy minus, solve this square, x square minus y square minus 2xy. Now this is x square y, this is also x square y, this will become 2x square y. This is xy square, this is also xy square. So this will become 2xy square minus x cube minus y cube plus x plus y into minus x square minus y square. Now this will be minus of xy, right? Now all these four terms as it is, then multiply x plus y with this term, so you will get these terms, and when you will solve it, you'll get 2x square y, 2xy square minus x cube minus y cube minus x cube minus 2xy square minus 2x square y minus y cube. So this will get cancelled. My 2x square y will get cancelled with this, and 2xy square will get cancelled with this, and here you will get minus 2x cube and minus 2y cube. So take out minus 2 common, you will get x cube plus y cube. Clear? Question number 10th you will do by yourself. Question number 11 to 17. Cut the question 11 to 17. Now question number 18th. A is this matrix and you have to find out A inverse. So first of all, find out the determinant of A along the first row, which will be xyz, which is not equal to 0, because in the question it is given that x, y and z are the non-zero real numbers, right? Now find out the cofactors of the elements of A. So it will be yz 0 0 0, xz 0 0 0 and xy. So A inverse will be 1 upon determinant of A into this adjoint of A. Now take this 1 upon xyz inside the matrix, that is multiply all the elements with 1 upon xyz. So you will get this matrix, which is x inverse 0 0 0, y inverse 0 0 0, z inverse. So the option A is correct, right? Also, so this question gives the result that if A is a diagonal matrix, then A inverse will also be a diagonal matrix, and diagonal elements of A inverse will be the inverse of the diagonal elements of A, right? Here the diagonal elements of A are x, y, z. So the diagonal elements of A inverse will be inverse of these elements, that is x inverse, y inverse, z inverse, and all other elements will be 0. Clear? Question number 19th. The matrix A is given as this and theta lies from 0 to 2 pi. You have to find out the range for the determinant of A. So first of all, find out determinant of A, which is 1 into 1 plus sine square theta minus sine theta into minus sine theta plus 1 and plus 1 into sine square theta plus 1. So this term will get cancelled and these two terms are same, therefore you will get twice of 1 plus sine square theta. Now theta is given from 0 to 2 pi. Since sine square theta will always be positive because it is square of sine theta, so the value cannot be negative. Now the least value of sine theta when square of sine theta is given will be at 0. That is, at theta equal to 0, sine square 0 will be 0. And the maximum value of sine theta we know is 1. So the maximum value of sine square theta will also be 1, which is at pi by 2. So because the least value of sine square theta is 0, least value of the determinant of A will be, in place of this put 0. So 2 into 1 plus 0 will be 2. And highest value of sine square theta is 1. So highest value for the determinant of A will be 2 into 1 plus 1, that is 2 into 2, which is 4. right? Now your homework is that you have to prepare for the test which will held on Monday. Okay, thank you.